Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Deck Profiles. Today we are going to be looking over another Decidueye GX variant, this one being a Vileplume, and the reason we're looking over it is because this deck just recently came second in the regionals in St. Louis. So I thought this would be the best time to look over it, even though we haven't taken a look at all the GXs yet in Sun and Moon. They're coming eventually. But anyway, Decidueye GX is a 240 HP Grass-type Pokemon, Stage 2, with Feather Arrow. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Has Razor Leaf for 1 Grass, 2 colorless, 90 damage, and Hollow Hunt GX for 1 Grass. You can put 3 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. That GX can come in clutch at a lot of instances, but you don't really want to put Decidueye up in the front. Now, what our good old friend John Kettler, who is the creator or at least helm runner of this deck, he has as his main attacker the Lugia GX. Lugia GX, or EX, not GX. It's gonna be confusing going back and forth. Anyway, Lugia EX has 170 HP. It's a colorless Pokemon. It has Error Ball, 2 colorless energy, 20 damage, times the number of energies both attached to Lugia and the opponent's active Pokemon. Also has Deep Hurricane for 4 colorless energies, 80 plus if there is a stadium in play, you're going to do 70 additional more damage while also discarding the stadium. Next up, we're going to be running 3 Shaman EX 110 HP colorless basic Pokemon with setup. When you play this Pokemon on your bench, you can draw back up to 6. Has Sky Return, 30 damage, 2 colorless energy. You have to return Shaman and all cards attached to it back to your hand. And of course, wouldn't be Decidueye Vileplume without Vileplume, 130 HP, Grass-type Pokemon, Stage 2. The most important part here is the Irritating Pollen. Each player can't play item cards from his or her hand. It does have Solar Beam as well for 2 Grass, 1 color, 70 damage, but we very, very rarely will ever use that. And our final Pokemon in the deck is a Jirachi EX, 90 HP Steel-type Pokemon Basic with Stellar Guidance. When you play this Pokemon onto your bench, you can switch your deck for a supporter card and put that into your hand. Shuffle afterwards. It has Hypno Strike for 1 Steel, 2 colors, 60 damage. Put both this Pokemon and the defending Pokemon to sleep. However, we will not be using that because we have no Steel energy in this deck. Next up for the items, I'm trying to go through this as quick as I can because most of this is pretty straightforward deck building. You have a computer search, discard 2 cards from your hand, search your deck for any card and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. You can only run 1 Ace-Specs. Next up is 2 level balls, search your deck for a Pokemon 90 HP or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. We have 2 Revitalizers, this way we can get our Decidueyes back if they happen to manage to get into the discard pile, or if we need to sacrifice something early, we can always get them back later. Next up is 3 Trainer's Mails. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. If there's a trainer card there, you can put it into your hand, barring Trainer's Mail, and shuffle your deck afterwards. We're running 4 Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards. If you do, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. Huge note here, John Kettler did not run VS Seeker. He decided to opt against it and just ran everything he could not getting VS Seekers. And this can work out because instead of having to worry about it, we just gotta make sure we have the right tools when we need them. Next, did I say the Ultra Ball? The Golden Ball, the Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards, search your deck for a Pokemon, put it in your hand. I don't know if I did or not. Anyway, we have the Forest of Giant Plants. Each player's Grass-type Pokemon can evolve the first turn they come into play, or even if they've evolved, or whatever happens. We have the Lysander, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon in with their active. We have 3 N. Each player shuffles their hand back into their deck and draws cards equal to the amount of remaining prize cards. We have Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. We have 1 Zerosic, choose a Pokemon tool card or a special energy card attached to a Pokemon in play, yours or your opponent's, and discard it. Then you have 2 Floatstones, the Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat, that is for Decidueyes primarily. And then for our energy count, we're running 4 double colorless and 3 grass energy. I assume this is to not only be not locked by Giratina, but in order to use the Hollow Hunt from Decidueye. Because if you have to, you can Razor Leaf. Sometimes you can get a knockout that way as well. But that is the deck. Like I said, this guy came second in the St. Louis Regionals, so it's really hyped to see how this deck is going to work in a couple quick matches on TCG Online. Alright guys, our first match is against Elise, playing Psychic Dark. It looks like it could be either a Darkrai or a Mewtwo variant of some sort. I'm leaning more toward, well, maybe Yveltal, but either way, it could be a Dark Yveltal, I don't know. But we have the potential to do some locking in. This is my first time playing the deck. I kind of had a bit of a quick rush on some of the deck building, so I apologize if some of the plays are a little outrageous or anything like that, but we're going to go in this, we're going to try our best. It's going to be a fantastic game. We do have to mulligan though, which is unfortunate, and I have to get used to the fact that I do not have a VS Seeker coming, so I can't just support Roof. We have ourselves a Rowlet. We are going to be taking second turn here, and our opponent is getting a mulligan on us, so they're going to get an additional card, which is a problem. It is going to be Yveltal. Now, we can counter Yveltal kind of nicely with Lugia, as long as we go first. But again, that is the thing there, is trying to go first. Now, my hand does not look all that amazing. She does pull an Enhanced Hammer. Whether or not that is going to matter in the next few turns is going to be huge. We do see the double colorless energy drop onto the Yveltal EX. Let's hope that my little Rowlet doesn't just get one shot here. I know she can't go right now, but we'll see how our turn goes. We're gonna see a Nest Ball come out of my opponent's hand. That could lead towards, it's gonna be a Yveltal. Now, Nest Ball is a very strong card, especially if you're playing like basic EXs and stuff. You always gotta keep that one in the clutch. So we have a full Decidueye line here, and we can, I'm going to get the Dartrix here, bam. Now, you get rid of a special energy as well, correct? You do. So we're going to actually put him back a turn, while starting to reduce the amount of energy necessary for him. So unfortunately, ooh, I can't Ultra Ball. Well, that's okay. We're going to Zerosic. We're going to get rid of your double colorless energy, so no energy for you. We are going to hold off on playing any energy. We're just going to do 20 damage to the Yveltal, and hopefully that'll be the turn, because I don't have much else to go off of, and I can't recall the Zerosic either. So again, gotta be kind of clutch on what's going on here. We're going to see another double colorless energy drop onto the Yveltal, has to pass the turn. We're going to get a Gloom here. And I really just want to get a Lugia and get out of here. We can revitalize these two later, but I really depend on some sort of draw right now. I can get a Shaman, actually. That would be a better call right now. Get me some draw. There we go. So we're going to grab some more Pokemon cards into our hand. We're going to get Computer Search, which is absolutely fantastic. Trainer's Mail, let's see if we can get some stuff. Ultra Ball. Sycamore. So we have a lot more cards now that are like way better in our hand. But I don't necessarily need to play a lot. We got the Revitalizer, so I can at least get those two wonderful grass Pokemon I just discarded and bring them back. Which is ideally what we're going to do. Bring them back, but I might end up discarding them again with the Ultra Ball. Get a Lugia going, maybe. I think that's my best play. Is get some damage down. I don't know. Maybe I'll hold off for now. I'm gonna get 20 more damage down on this guy. And like I said, if I had a VS Seeker right now, I'd Computer Search and just remove that double colorless energy. But I don't have that opportunity. I'm gonna pass this turn. There's no way in any way that the good old Yveltal can knock me out right now. So I'm not too threatened. Because you're going to get 20, 40, 60, 80 damage onto me. 80 damage is a lot, and you can still use item cards because I have not drawn an Oddish. Not drawn an Oddish yet. I don't like Decidueye in the front. Have not gotten a Grass Energy. That is the only way I could get the Xerosic back, is going for the Hollow Hunt. We're going to see Yveltal come through with 80 damage. We're going to see a level ball. I can at least get my full Oddish line into play. But if by doing this, I really need to go through all my other cards first. And the better answer to this is to go for a Hollow Hunt. No, because the Hollow Hunt will knock me out, right? Yes, because the Hollow Hunt, by adding an additional energy, put me up to 1... It'll do 100 damage. And if they drop another double colorless energy, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. Best I can do is 140 damage to me, and that's putting me at 220. Do I go for the Hollow Hunt and grab that Xerosic back? Is it really worth it? I don't think so. I think my best play is to opt to remove one double colorless energy. I can Hollow Hunt for that computer search. I want to get a Lugia. I can drop my hand now. I just can't get a Float Stone, because my Float Stone will not be able to... Like, I can't attack. Once I drop this Vileplume, the Decidueye is kind of stuck up there. Unless I go for a double colorless energy drop and get rid of it. So that is a downside to what I'm doing right now, but... I got two more Decidueyes, got a Lugia. We can get another 20 damage down. And then Lugia can come in and clean up, because I do have the other double colorless energies. We can sponge the hit. And it seems like that might be our best play. She's put all her eggs in one basket and at the moment with this one Yveltal and not used the other one. And I know one double colorless energy has hit the discard pile. She is dropping another one. Now, we did the math earlier. We can survive this at 120. It'll put us at 200 HP. But again, we're all right with this. I'm going to just do the hard switch, retreat into my good old Lugia. And at this point, I might just end, because I don't really need any of these cards. It'd be better if I could grab... I can't use the Revitalizer. I can put down another Rowlet, though, and start getting it going. Energy drop's already done. We're going to do 20 additional damage. We should be able to clean up this Lugia, though, because the Yveltal, though, because she gave us that additional damage output. And down goes the Yveltal. We are claiming the first prizes of this match, which is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a Forest of Giant Plants and a Float Stone. Float Stone's coming in a little too late, but that is okay. Our opponent cannot use item cards, which is fantastic for us, because we are not depending on them. And that is going to be the victory. Yes, it only took one knockout, but our opponent put all her eggs on the one basket, using that Yveltal to try and take a win. And unfortunately, good old Decidueye has a high HP count that even though it does not want to be in the front runner, it can take a few beatings and then come back out once Lugia is set up, which is exactly what we did in that first matchup. We were able to kind of evenly go through it. We were fine, and Lugia just came in, took out the knockout, and after that, we would just be able to start setting up our Lugia, keep putting on the additional energies, just like they did with the Yveltal, and we'd be able to damage through Decidueyes, potentially drawing a few other cards as well through the time being. But that is our first match. I know it wasn't a complete match, but that's how Expander runs. You go for two turns, 3 turns, and someone's about to forfeit. But let's get into match number 2 and see if we can have another fantastic match with Decidueye Vileplume. Alright guys, our second match is here against Dragoon 23114751. Playing... I didn't see that part. I'm sorry, there was way too much for me to see all at once. Anyway, we're going to click Tails on this one, and we're going to lose the coin toss, unfortunately. So our opponent does get to decide if they want to go first or second. And here we go. We're going to start off with a Rowlet. Now, we do have that opportunity to get right into Decidueye like we did last time, because we do have the level ball. So right now, we're doing okay. But it's all a matter if our opponent decides to keep their hand by playing an N. Don't like N. But we're going to see our opponent has the Tauros, which is actually a very huge counter to me, because as I put damage counters on it, it gets stronger. So that's not a very good thing. But we are going to see that bursting balloon. Not that we're going to attack anytime soon, but our opponent does drop a dark energy and a town map. So their Umbreon Zoroark break. This is going to be kind of interesting. We're going to drop another Rowlet down. I'm actually going to evolve the back Rowlet. This way my Decidueye can't... Like, it's not going to be in the front. I'm out. Oh, no. No. I'm being silly. I was thinking there's no more Decidueye in the back. And no, there is. I don't have a forest of giant plants. So, that leads to one potential thing here. Computer search. Get me a forest of giant plants. That will be very clutch. I now know one of them is prized. So one of my 6 prizes is a forest, which is fine. It honestly is. So we're going to have a full hand of Decidueye go up right now. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to go for the Sycamore here. And what do now? What do we do now? I should get a Lugia started. And I should probably disrupt my Forest of Giant Plants here. I think that's my play. Ditch this. Nope. Yeah, you know what? I can revitalize still, so I might revitalize my Vileplume. Get myself an attacker. Drop that down. Drop my energy down for the turn. We can let's Trainer's Mail first, just in case. We get the Lysander, which is very good. I can easily counter whatever my opponent wants to bring in, and we will not be attacking the Tauros if my opponent does bring another Pokemon into play. I'm actually going to bypass even using my Decidueye right now, just because I know that damage output will hurt me a lot more. Especially since I have a Rowlet in play. We can drop another Rowlet. We can revitalize, get that Gloom and the Vileplume back. Now I just need to get an Oddish, and we're good to go. So we're going to pass this turn, because, well, he can Rage, right? Oh, like, his Horn Attack knocks me out regardless. It's free damage. It's free damage. It's only 20. It's free damage. Okay, we're going to pass this turn now. Bursting Balloon goes off. As long as he has a Dark Energy, he can start attacking me, which is exactly what he's planning to do. Gonna go for a Skylet. He's gonna get, what, a Bursting Balloon? 20, 40, 60, 80. He's going for a Nest Ball. Goes for that, and he's gonna go for an Eevee, potentially. Does go for that Eevee, looking for an Umbreon. Very expected here. So we really want to try and take that thing out. We're going to lose our Rowlet, but that's kind of okay. It's expected. Tauros is a problem right now. Tauros is a very big problem right now. But we actually can take out that Eevee. No problem. We plan to do that. So we're going to just evolve our little Rowlet in the back. We are going to Lysander out Eevee. Now this is going to screw up our prize count a little bit, but this thing is a threat. And I want to stop it before anything happens. I can drop another Double Colorless Energy down onto my Lugia right now. I've already supported for the turn. 20, 40, you do 10 damage at 20, so you take 4, 6. I can handle that still, because you're still in range, and then I should be able to pick up the knockout on that Tauros with the Lugia after. So we are going to remove you with the Arrow Ball. So no more Eevee. No more Eevee. That is a free prize for us. That is going to be Decidueye GX. That's actually fantastic, because right now we should be in range of knocking out this Tauros. 20, 40, 60, 80. Bursting Balloon, 120. Yes, we are in range of knocking out Tauros, regardless of the Bursting Balloon or not. Here comes that Madball GX. It's going to hit me for 120. Now, I'm okay with losing my Lugia, considering I actually win that match regardless. That is 2 games right there that we've just put the pressure on, started Lysandering in. I might actually go into a 3rd game here just because of how short these matches have been, and how quick we're able to actually show like our damage output, just putting everything onto Lugia and then putting the additional support damage onto the Decidueye. And we got the 777 pack. I'm playing this on the St. Patrick's Day little update, and we got the 777 coins. So that is pretty hype too. We got some pretty good luck there. 2 matches in. We're going to go with third one just because of how short this video has been. Let's see how we do on the third match. We're back from match number 3, and it's against Raficula. Raficula? Like a Dracula, but Raficula. We're going to get this coin toss. We're going to hit tails. And we're going to lose another coin toss. We actually lost all 3 coin tosses in today's matchup, which is fine. But you can see, like, in expanded format, the games are very, very quick. We have no basics, so my opponent will know completely that we are running. Our opponent doesn't have anything either, but they're playing Dark Patch. Gotta keep an eye out for that. My opponent definitely has a lot more going on than some of our previous ones. But we have a Rowlet. No level ball to get into Decidueye this turn, though. Your opponent had no basic Pokemon, so he still has to mulligan. We will get an additional card on top of this, which is absolutely fantastic. No Shaman drop. We see that it's a Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick of some sorts. So he's playing some sort of fighting Pokemon. Could be Gallade, could be Yveltal Gallade. That is a possibility here. There's the Archaeops, so trying to remove my evolutions. Thankfully, we are super effective, and as long as he doesn't get that Maxie's Archaeops off turn 1, we'll be okay. We're going to get a Dartrix, which is beautiful. We're not going to play that. We need that Forest of Giant Plants. They start with a Darkrai EX, 180 HP Dark Cloak with the Battle Compressor. So they're going to get rid of that Archaeops for sure. Knowing that I am a Rowlet, I am definitely playing Decidueye, and Archaeops is definitely the biggest threat. There's the Archaeops and the Maxies, so all he needs to do is get rid of the cards via Seeker, and he should be good to go. So hopefully he can get his Archaeops. It would be terrible for me, obviously, but it's always nice to see someone else's deck actually running the way it's supposed to, especially when you're in a match like this. Especially now that we've seen two out of 3 already, we've got wins pretty quickly. If this is our hardest match, that'll be a great way to finish off the day. Now he has gone down to a VS Seeker, so that means he's got to have a VS Seeker back. He's got a Hoopa, so he's going to have to play that Hoopa. He's going to get a few more cards. See what he got here. I'm assuming Shaman, Yveltal, and some sort of other Yveltal, maybe? Or maybe no Shaman at all, and just 3 things he can drop. So yes, Darkrai, Yveltal, and Malamar. This way he can drop all 3, save 1 more bench space, has that great old VS Seeker in the back, and that way he can max these right after and get that Archaeops out. So I will actually be completely and utterly stopped. There's that Maxies! There's that Maxies! Turn 1 Maxies! Here it comes! Even if I'm losing this one, it's okay. We're going to see my opponent has a fantastic draw here. Archaeops now makes it so I cannot evolve. I have to depend on my Lugia to get this thing out of here. And unfortunately, that takes up like the entire game here. Each player can't play Pokemon from his or her hand to evolve their Pokemon. Alright, so Darkrai is coming up. The big attacker of the game. We have a Floatstone I can play. There we go. Let's play that. Let's see what we can do here. We got options, right? Come on, Ultra Ball, something like that. Level Ball. I can get a Jirachi. Drop that down, because I need that more than I need Shaman right now. Let's see what we can get. We're gonna go with the N, because I don't want to get rid of my Decidueye just in case some sort of miracle happens and I can get rid of Archaeops. Yeah, I'm in trouble. There's my Lysander, and I did not draw anything. So we're gonna drop a Grass Energy down onto this guy. We're gonna Shaman for 2. I'm not giving this up. Like, yes, we are completely locked in, and there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not locked in now. $20.40, you can easily take out my Rowlet. We're gonna Ultra Ball away. 1 Dartrix, 1 Decidueye. Again, I need the Lugia more because it will be my actual damage output. I'll need card draw for the following turn. I've already played my Grass Energy for the turn. My Rowlet's going to have to take a hit. I'm going to be hitting this Archaeops as quick as I can. But now that he has maxied once, it's always easier to start maxing multiple times once you've already done it once. Thankfully, the Max Elixir does not go off on that. And we're going to see if we can survive a Maxie's turn 1. I don't know if I've got the level of play. I know the person that played this deck, like he helmed it, John Kettler, he probably could have done it. I don't know what exactly to run and get and do all that stuff. I obviously have not played this all the way to a final matches and regionals, but we're going to see that we have no more opportunities for Pokemon. This guy is absolutely shutting us down, because if he starts going with anything on the Malamar, he can start putting us to sleep as well, which is an absolute amazing thing. Dark Patch is going to get a Dark Energy onto this he might go onto the Yveltal, actually. Or he might go into the... Nope, he does drop it onto the Yveltal. I just need to get rid of this Archaeops and we can start playing. But I might have to lose all my resources prior to that. So we're going to see this Battle Compressor. Going to remove 3 more cards from his deck. Pretty standard stuff. Might be a Dark Energy. He got rid of the AZ Hex Maniac, and I missed the last one. So we're going to see that Dark Pulse is going to hit me for 100. My Rowlet did not stand a chance. It is a Darkrai after all. We are going to bring up my Lugia. And we have the Ultra Ball. We can start doing things, but unfortunately I can't sacrifice that. We are just going to bring up this good old Archaeops. Does need to drop 2 energies on it to escape. Or just 1, you know, because of Darkrai. But we are going to go with the Aero Ball. 40 damage onto it. This is going to take a long time. Does just drop the Dark Energy and now has the ability to switch. I don't think we're getting this one, guys. This one is completely on my opponent's side. But you can easily see it expanded how easy it is to shut down Decidueye. So we are going to take 120 damage. I should have just left the Darkrai in, and then I could have knocked it out. But sadly I did not. We are going to go for the Aero Ball. I can't do anything. We're only going to do 80 damage due to the fact that he's got an additional few Dark Energies around. And there's another one. I think we've lost this one. Here comes the Yveltal. He can switch in between. Goes for that Evil Ball. Knocks me out. I'm going to have to bring in my Shaman. My Shaman's got more HP. What's really cool about my opponent's deck is he can go back and forth between the 2 attackers. We're going to get a Revitalizer. That helps, but not much. It helps, but not much. Or bring back the 2 birds, and I'm actually going to sacrifice the 2 birds. We're going to try here. Like I said, I'm expecting a loss here, but I'm going to do everything in my power to put in some effort. Because if we win this, we can win this. But I can't see us winning. My opponent is going to be down to 1 prize at the end of this turn. Shaman will go down. We'll bring in the Lugia, but I think we've been locked. Here comes the Darkrai. Drops another energy down onto the Yveltal. He's got everything he could possibly want, and he is such in a happy place because of that Archaeops. That Archaeops has completely shut us down. Up comes my Lugia. Not that I'm going to be able to secure any sort of methods here. I can at least get some damage down, and we can take out this guy. But we will go down on the following... Oh, no we won't. No we won't. We don't have enough damage on this thing. Oh, that's actually pretty clutch. My opponent does drop another energy down, just Dark Pulses, 180, and that is going to be the game, guys. So as much as it was a bad counter to our deck, you guys got to see that amazing match that happened for my opponent, especially getting that first turn max. He's completely shut us down. Had all that power we had in our hand, just completely, not in void, did not matter. So obviously, even in Expanded, Decidueye does have a few weaknesses, obviously being Archaeops, and a lot of decks do run Archaeops. Now, huge spoilers for our Saturday videos, we are running an Archaeops in the deck, but it's based on some fossils, so if you guys are interested in checking that one out, come back on Saturday, because we'll have an additional video for you guys for that one. And then we'll have a Decidueye battle on Sunday. And then next week, we're going to be starting off a small little mini-series for the Alolatons that just came out for Solgaleo and Lunala. So we'll have all that kind of content coming for you. Hopefully you guys are excited, and hopefully you guys are subscribing so you guys can keep up with those videos. But that is all for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here. But until next time, time out.